Hey everyone, welcome to this video where we're talking about 10 ways to drive traffic to your practice website. And this is part of a two-pronged approach. So when we talk about practice success, there's actually two factors that are at play. For one, we're talking about traffic to your website, and number two, conversion on your website. So the second part is about turning website visitors into email subscribers or workshop registrants or webinar registrants. So that's the conversion where people go from being a visitor to actually an email record on your mailing list. And that's obviously then the starting point for your email nurture sequence, where you can then nurture them to the point where they get into a phone consult with you or decide to register for a workshop or in some other ways connect and work with you. So you need both traffic and conversion for practice success. You can't just focus on one. But if you have to choose which one to focus on first, I would say focus on the conversion aspect, your website and your systems first, because anything that you do to send more traffic to your website will then work better, right? Imagine if you send Facebook ad traffic to an unoptimized website. Mark Zuckerberg will gladly take your money, but if people don't opt in, you have nothing to show for it, right? So I would say before you rush into sending more traffic to your website, I'd say optimize your website that more of your visitors turn into email subscribers. So in this video, I want to talk about traffic sources that you can use to get more traffic to your website. And a lot of people do not want to use paid methods such as Facebook ads or Instagram ads because they don't want to spend the money. And maybe it's secretly because they're not really sure that they're ready for this, or maybe it's because they don't understand how to run Facebook ads. And so the natural inclination is, hey, let me start with some free stuff. And nothing wrong with that. Just realize that it's a lot less predictable, right? You're sort of at the mercy of the people deciding that they actually see your content at the time they see it and then take the necessary action. But you know, the name of the game here is content marketing. And content marketing is creating valuable content that gets people then to opt in. And so there could be a video just like this one on a video blog, and at the bottom of that video blog we have a lead magnet that people can opt in. So creating that piece of content, whether it's a video or just a blog post, putting it on your WordPress blog, and then hooking it into a lead magnet opt-in page at the bottom of that page, that should take about 20% of your effort. And then you should spend 80% of your effort on promoting the content, i.e. getting more eyeballs to that video blog on your website. And so that's what we're going to talk about here. Couple things I want to mention. The goal of content marketing is opt-ins, right? So you should never create a piece of content and then not ask for an email opt-in at the bottom of that page, because what's the point of just creating content if that person that reads the article is not opting in, right? So you have to sort of spend the effort on actually making sure that if you do create a piece of content, that it actually matters and that it actually leads to an opt-in. And what you realize is that there's a lot of effort in this for something that's free, right? You're not paying Facebook, but now you need to record the video, you need to put it all together, you need to promote it. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of work that goes into it that is, you don't pay for it, but you pay for it, your time or your staff's time. So ideally, you should only be the one creating the video, and then your team takes care of all the rest, right? We just minimize your involvement to the one thing that only you can do, which is create the video, but then, getting that video produced, getting that video on your website, getting a transcript, hooking it to an autoresponder or an opt-in, and then putting it out onto various social media profiles, that should be somebody else's job. That is something that you can outsource. You define it once. And in our client portal, we do actually have an execution plan that walks you step by step through that process and tells you exactly what needs to be done, how to do it, and you can easily give your team that execution plan so that they can support you in this process. So in a nutshell, here's the top 10 ways to get traffic to your website. Number one, you should update your social media profiles to link to your various properties, to your lead magnets, to your 10 and 10 opt-in page so that more of those people discovering your content on social media know to opt in. Number 2, you should optimize your website. Now, if you are a client, we already take care of a lot of this, but what we're thinking about is social sharing plugins, Yoast SEO. You may want to rewrite some of the copy to appeal to SEO keywords that you want to cover. And then you also want to update the signature line in your email, again, linking to your lead magnets. Next, you should post any video content on YouTube and then update the description to include links to your lead magnet. You could share your content on Facebook, whether that's on your personal profile, in your Facebook group, or on your Facebook fan page. You can post the content there with a call to action that again leads back to your website, either to a blog post or to a lead magnet. You can share your content on Instagram, on Pinterest. For instance, each video blog that you post, you should create a pin on Pinterest and then add it to the appropriate board on Pinterest. So again, you can use Pinterest as a visual blog category archive, if you will. With Instagram, you can create teaser stories that link to the video blog and then push people from Instagram over to your website so that they can consume the content as well as opt in. You may want to send your content, your video blog, to your email list. So those people that have gone through your 10 ways in 10 days email sequence, it's an opportunity for them to keep getting additional content. And so it could be a very simple email every Monday. Hey folks, just posted the latest video blog on my website. Click here to check it out. It can be as simple as that. But again, this is something that your recipients could forward to other people, and that gets other people back to your website. We also talk about guest blogging. Maybe there is a local blog, a blogger, that has already the trust and the attention of your target audience. So if you're attracting or trying to attract women 35 to 50, who in your town, in your location, is blogging and already has that audience? And could you connect with them to do a guest blog for them, give them content, maybe a video, and then add a lead magnet to that page, right? So again, you give extra value in that blog post, and now your content not only lives on your website, but also on other people's website that have exposure to exactly the audience you want. And so we did this with, we had a lead magnet with turmeric recipes, and when we just had a landing page, nobody was opting in. And so what we did instead is like we partnered up with a blogger that had exactly the audience of people that would be interested in turmeric recipes, and we created a guest article, How to Cook with Turmeric. So the article was all about how to cook with it and get an appreciation for how to unleash the medical properties of turmeric. And then at the end, guess what? We put a lead magnet. Now that you know how to cook with turmeric, here's our recipe guide with turmeric recipes. And that led then to a flood of subscribers in a very short period of time. And the beauty of this is that content stays on that website forever, so it keeps sending you visitors forever. Another strategy at number 8 is interviewing the top 20 local health influencers. So what we're talking here about is, again, figuring out who has already the attention and the trust of your target audience in your location. So these people could be running yoga studios, Pilates studios, farmers markets, health food stores, spas, anybody that is serving already your audience and has maybe something related to health and aesthetics would be probably a person you should be reaching out to. And so then it's just telling them, hey, I would love to interview you for my video series. For my community, we're interviewing the top 20 health influencers. I would love to interview you. You're doing an interview with them using Facebook Live or maybe Zoom or Skype. You record it, and that now creates a video that you can use to promote yourself and the interview guests and get exposure to their audience. And again, at the end of that video, you would again have a call to action to get people to a lead magnet on your website. Now, there's 2 paid strategies in this mix here, so paid Facebook ads and paid Instagram ads. And both of them are orchestrated through the Facebook Ad Manager. And so what you can do is like you can create, you can upload videos to Facebook and then promote that video to interest audiences in your zip code. So again, with these advertising, we're trying to get to new people that you don't already reach right now. And so in this algorithm, we say, hey, our practice is located here. 20-mile radius around the practice. I want to reach every woman 30 to 55 that has an interest in any autoimmune condition. So again, what you can then do with that interest audience, geographically defined, is that you can promote the video view itself. So you upload the video to Facebook, and then you just say, I want more people to see this video. That video should obviously have a call to action at the end to get people back to your website. You could also just have a text post that gets promoted, and a text post promotes people to come to your video blog on your website. You could have a text blurb about a lead magnet and send them straight to a lead magnet landing page. You could have a write-up for your upcoming workshop and send them from there to your workshop registration page, right? So there's different calls to actions, either for a piece of content, for a lead magnet, for a workshop registration, or a webinar. So the technology is always the same. It's just what you put in the ad that promotes them to go to your website. And you can use different pieces of medium. You can use a video with your ad. You can use an image with your ad. You can use a meme. You can just have a text ad. So there's different options there as well. And the same is true for Instagram. Instagram allows 60-second ads now with the sound on. So if you just created a video that's somewhere in the vicinity of 45 to 60 seconds talking about an article that you just published on your website, that video could be a teaser content to get people to actually read the article. It could be a teaser video about your workshop, right, and send people to your workshop registration page. It could be a teaser video about a lead magnet and get people there. So you get the idea. That is how we leverage these forms of media to get people to your website. So click the link below this video to download the cheat sheet that has all these 10 methods as well as the actionable steps that you need to take. And you'll also find information about our 10 ways in 10 days to improve your practice marketing. It's a video series over 10 days that walks through all the aspects of what you need to do in your practice to get a consistent flow of new patients. So see you on the other side.